Guys, this week on Duck Chatter, I'd like to take you on just a little tour of our shop and introduce you to some of the people that work here so that if you come and visit, you'll have kind of put a face to them. And if you call in, you can kind of put a face to who you're talking to. But anyhow, come on in. In here is our showroom. We got hoodies, long sleeve, short sleeve shirts. We got DVDs, license plates. Well, you can look around and see. We got hats, whistles, lanyards, duck straps. Anyhow, this is the shop, and the first place we're going to go over here, and this is who you typically talk to when you call in. Her name is Terry. She's actually the boss. She pretty much runs the place, but no matter. When you call in, you talk to Terry. If you've got any problems, she takes care of them. I think we have the best customer service of anybody. Now, this is Julie's office. I just showed, but Julie is off today. But anyhow, that's her office there. And over here, you got the other boss, and this is my daughter, Laura.
Hi.
She writes the checks, pays the bills, does everything.
I'm everybody's favorite person on payday.
Yeah, everybody's favorite person on payday. In here we got the engraving room. This is Shane. Turn around, Shane. And this is Matt, my son. Matt takes care of the internet. He does our website. He made our website. If you got any problems on the website,
Blame me.
yeah, blame him. But anyhow, that's what they do. We've got 3 engravers in here. 2 of them are for acrylic, and then this one over here, I don't know if you get a picture of it, it's for metal. We do brass bands, stainless steel bands. Come on over here and kind of see the machine engraving. Can you get a picture of that? So what it does, it actually, go ahead, Matt. It engraves the logo on the barrel like this, and you can't hardly even see it. And then what we do is we paint it like that. And then we wipe it all off, and then the gold stays in there. We do the same thing for acrylic. But anyhow, this is the engraving room. The next room over here is where we do the custom calls. And I'll start over here. This is a reed stamp, and actually I'll show you how it works. We slide reeds in there and just start punching them. Anyhow, I don't normally do that. I'm very slow at it, but some of the guys are pretty fast at it that do it all the time. Anyhow, they drop down into this drawer, and we take them the same reeds that we put into the calls. The next step over here is where we press bands on. So we take an acrylic call and put it under there, put the band on top of it, press it on. It has a 2/1000 press fit, so it stays on. Now on wood calls, we put brass bands on and we pin them because wood swells and shrinks and they won't stay on if you don't. Next little spot here is where we cut goose reeds. I went past this one, we cut duck reeds there, and we got a little set screw here so we can cut them to exact length. I don't know if you can get a picture of that, Jonathan. And then the next lathe down here I'm gonna turn around. We do the sanding on acrylic cauls on this lathe. That's just about all we do on it. Sand acrylic cauls. After we sand them, we take them to the buffing wheel and we buff them. Okay, and this is Dennis Humphrey, and he does a lot of the sanding, buffing, polishing, and getting the cauls all ready. He's been here for quite some time. This is the buffing wheel where we buff. And like I say, we sand the acrylic cauls and we get any kind of tool lines out of them, and then we take them over here to the buffing wheel and polish them to a high luster. In this room here, this is Jonathan's room. All Jonathan does all day long, he tunes cauls, gets them ready to go, and runs the mill out there and gets the inserts ready to go. Out here in the bay is where we have our machines. And the first machine over here is a mill. And all we do is cut out soundboards, or Jonathan does. So what we do is, I'm gonna blow this out. Put an insert in like that, and when it comes out, it's like that. That's all we do on this machine. The next machine over here is our wood machine, and on the wood lathe, all we do is we run barrels and inserts. That's practically all we do on this one, just wood only. And this is Eddie Boren, and he runs the machines out here.
Hi guys, welcome to Duck Chatter.
All right, we're going to go over here to this next lathe. So on this lathe, we run acrylic barrels, we run acrylic inserts, we run bands, aluminum bands, acrylic bands, and there's probably a couple more things, but I don't run it all the time. So anyhow, we run all the acrylic, anything that needs cooling in this machine. We got one more machine over here. It's a tumbler. And it just goes round and round real fast and polishes bands. So we put aluminum bands in there, and those are the aluminum bands that we put on our molded cauls. And that's the only thing that thing does. So then we're going to go around, and up top we have storage. We've got 50 by 100, we got 3,500 foot of storage up there. It looks kind of like a skating rink, but we got all kinds of stuff up there. In this next room, this is our shipping room. And I'll start off over here. We keep all our molded cauls in here. These are all inserts that are tuned, ready to go. Down below, we've got inserts and barrels that are not ready to go. They're just extra stock. And then we go over here, we've got all the barcodes for all the cauls. Keep our boxes. These are all boxes down here. Boxes down here for the custom cauls. These are all boxes that are folded, ready to go. Let's see what else. We dip cauls here, and we usually do between 50 and 100 at a time when we dip. But anyhow, that's pretty much the tour. Let me show you a couple more things real quick, like find out where David went. Here's our kitchen. And that's pretty much it. By the way, this is David, and he's our main shipping guy. He does all the shipping, receiving, everything else. Tell him hi, David.
Hello.
And we got one more person that just made it a part-time. This is my granddaughter, Destiny. Okay. So that's pretty much the shop. I want to say a quick thing about our sponsors. We've got some great sponsors. Please keep them in mind before you make your next purchase. XL Boat, Mud Buddy, Drake Waterfowl Systems, Rob Roberts, and our newest sponsor, Apex Ammunition. But anyhow, guys, keep that in mind. If you can buy any of their products, they'd appreciate it. We'd appreciate it. We'll see you next week on Duck Chatter, the next episode.